Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm grateful that you're here. So today's pick a card is going to be the first gift you receive in 2023. I did this reading for myself, so I think you guys will enjoy this one. I really enjoyed it also. So for pile 1, we have the white dove, or the white bird. Pile 2, we have the moon, the stars, and the water. In pile 3, we have a leaf. So if any of those charms are calling to you, choose that pile. I will see you at your choice. Welcome my pile 1 who chose the dove. Let's spread out your cards. All right, my beautiful collective of pile 1. Let's see what's your first gift of 2023. Ah, nice. The lover. How beautiful. I'm hearing a new and old love returning. A recentering of the love within. The blossoming of a deep understanding of what unconditional love is. The freedom and the space to be vulnerable and deeply in love. Ooh, that feels nice. A sense of connection, of devotion, of awe, of music, art, the senses. That's what it feels like your first gift is of 2023. That's amazing. Let's continue with the gift. The mantis beings, enigma, elusive and sensitive, and thief, interesting. Light attribute, sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Again, it's echoing all to the lover, right? This mantis being about the sensitive, enigmatic, elusive type of, again, unconditional love. Same with the thief. It's like something or someone steals your heart away voluntarily. And also the self-love is in alignment. So again, why everything just, I'm feeling like this beautiful triangle of energy right here. A deeper sense of knowing, connection, matriarchal energy here, like stepping into the feminine energy is what I'm getting. Like this is a beautiful gift that's coming in for you. Just love, love, love. I love that. Okay, what you see clearly. This is all referencing to this gift, right? So what you might see clearly about this or how this presents itself to you in some way. Stillness. I feel like this gift brings in this sense of stillness and calmness, this peace within, again, this unconditional love. It's also making me feel like twofold, that either you are the lighthouse for somebody else and somebody else is the lighthouse for you. There's this beautiful, again, sailing into each other, you know, like meeting at the shores. I'm hearing emotionally captivated by one another. They're showing me, like in this stillness photo, they're showing me ships. They're showing me ships capsizing, and I don't think it's in a tragic way, excuse me. It's a sense of the emotions are so overwhelming that you might feel like, what the fuck? And it's almost like you're getting like a spotlight shown on how beautiful life can be, how beautiful love is, how beautiful connections are. It's really nice, pile 1. And then, let's see, what you see clearly, blades, interesting. And ghosts, ooh, both threshold cards. They're giving me a feeling now of, because what you see clearly is this stillness and this calmness, it allows and enables you to figure out what needs to be cut out consciously, deliberately, ghosts from your past that may have made you feel unlovable, or that this wasn't going to come in, or wanting to really cut out any loose ends so that this new energy can really blossom. Like, that is the clarity that's coming in. It's like, I understand now what I might have been holding on to for no reason. It's almost like you're given a gift of some, this is the whole reading, but you are given this gift of, I feel like a person. It genuinely feels like a person to me, but it definitely can be in any area of your life of something that means a lot to you or you're emotionally invested in. But regardless, what you see clearly now is what needs to be cut out so that this can blossom, this can grow. That's what this stillness allows. That's what the stillness brings in for you also. Oh, it's awesome. What you might forget easily is this position over here. And we have the Eight of Cups and clarity. Huh? Talk about finding clarity on what to cut out, right? And this is the position of what you might forget easily. So it says, let me trust my deepest instincts in it always, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. And I feel that this is, I feel that this, apologies, just getting distracted by the noises around me. I feel that this energy of the Eight of Cups is extra fitting when it comes to what you might forget, or something you might forget easily, is sometimes finding the clarity for yourself. You need to step into that stillness. You need to walk away and step into or step towards what is going to be more fulfilling for you, more love-based, more unconditionally satisfying. And that clarity comes from quieting the mind, being still, and trusting and listening to your own intuition that's going to propel you in the direction or towards the person that you want or desire. So don't forget that sometimes this alone time, this hermit energy, is necessary for you to recalibrate your own energies and, again, figure out what needs to be sliced out of your life, so to speak. Let's see what the opinions of others. So for when I did this reading for myself, the opinions of others, it was my perspective on the opinions of others, or how I take the opinions of others, just so you know. So keep that in mind. And we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. First sentence I heard, I don't pay no mind. I used to be juggling a lot with what they thought and what I thought, and now it's coming into clarity. Like, again, there's something about cutting the ghosts of your past out, and you recognize who those ghosts or what those ghosts are in the stillness, which brings in the clarity and self-employed. So how others see you is self-sufficient, self-employed, self-sustainable, able to create out of anything. You can bring two heads into one, and two is better than one, I feel like you might find. But I do also feel that this Two of Pentacles energy in the reverse, it's like I have already come into balance with myself, in other words. So I am self-assured, self-employed, self-sufficient. That's what it feels like. And I think that's how people see you, regardless of you being self-employed or not. Amazing. Let's see what others are seeing clearly about you that you might not be seeing. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. And confidence. Nice. Yeah, like I feel people see clearly about you or perceive you in this way, about not overthinking. You go after what you want. You're confident in your approach. You have probably a very charismatic demeanor, and probably, again, like a quiet, elusive type of sensitive, enigmatic type of energy. Absolutely. And that confidence of within yourself, knowing, or self-assurance, I should say, self-confidence, is what comes out. I think that the clarity for you, or some of where the doubt may come in, is that sometimes, because I feel like people might put you on a particular pedestal that you don't feel like you're deserving of, or you shouldn't be there in some way. And that is what really creates some of the issues or problems, or I guess perceived hierarchy within dynamics, and I generally feel that you're a person who can clear up confusion, You know exactly what you're doing, even if it appears, even if you feel like you don't know, this is what they see clearly about you. I feel like they might go to you for some like advice and problems of their own. You give them sort of that boost in confidence back. They're bringing me to like the 9 and the 6. They keep flipping the numbers for me, and I'm curious about like you flipping. That's what they're showing me. Like you flip a scenario upside on its head for them to see a new perspective. You know, you bring clarity, you bring confidence back into people. It's lovely. Let's see what others may easily overlook. The Queen of Wands, your strength, your power. See, again, there is a confidence, but there's this quiet confidence. There's this sensitive, elusive confidence. So again, I feel like there's like this sort of looking at you from a distance and sort of speculating and assuming who you might be. And there's very few people who actually take the time to maybe get to really know you. And I think that this is what's being brought in for you, this gift of this person or people to really get you, you know? Ooh, that's nice. And then it says, life is meant to be vibrant, deeply felt, growing mosaic of long, meaningful moments. Exactly. And that's what you're trying to create with this unconditional love, and why you're so elusive and why you're still so confident and why you live by this, you know? But they may oversee this or overlook this element about your personality, you know, and why you're so confident. It's because you live from here, because you are self-assured or present self-assured. It feels like you are, in all honesty. It just feels like there's an area of your life that wasn't quite matching up. And I think whatever that is for you when it comes to a love energy is what's being gifted. It's awesome. Amazing. Let's see what is the essential reason for this gift. Yeah. 9 of Wands. What is essential for this gift? Let's put it that way. Sticking it out. Finishing the battle. Finishing what you've started. Not giving up right before the end is what they just said. And not allowing yourself to get stuck in the defeated energy. Look at this. This is the 9 and the 6. Literally what I was just talking about. You know, the 9 of Swords in the reverse looks like the 6, but we have the 9 of Wands upright. Pretty fitting. So this is what I'm saying, like that key is to maintain that ability to uplift and transform shadowy energies or darker energies or heavier energies. Let's put it that way. Beautiful. Part of the key, singled. This beautiful dragon. I will read from the book for this. Just take that in. Masculine energy. It's like bringing something into existence for you, my lovely. It's probably about singing something into existence, speaking it, acting from a place of what you feel now. You know, this deeper, new understanding within of what this like unconditional love means. It says, Sing Gold is the dragon of gratitude, and he arrives when we need to take notice of and acknowledge old negative patterns. The blades and the ghosts, stuff that we may have done, or how we may have been perceived. He asks us to recognize old emotional blocks. For example, these can be self-doubt, fear, or jealousy. He has these words to say about gratitude. Review your life to date and find things to be grateful for so you can rejoice in who you are. Acknowledge the fears, envy, guilt, or anger within. Accept the niggling doubts. Admit they are present, for they are a part of you. But you have no need to dwell here, for they are part of your past and are no longer relevant to your life now. Instead, revel in the pure joy of being alive. Seek the positive in your existence here on earth. I feel like you do this. This is exactly what you do. And I think that Spirit's reminding you to do it for yourself. That's self-love also. Don't forget about yourself and that energy. Hence that stillness. Uncover the things to rejoice about. Do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. Seek a totem to act as a reminder. This can be an object small enough to carry or wear daily. Maybe a beautiful shell or a crystal. Set the intention within it to stay focused on being joyous and grateful. Interestingly enough, we are doing charms today for our closing messages, so maybe something in there will be a cool totem for you. This is a beautiful energy, my lovely. So that's what's essential about this gift, is remaining in this energy, reminding yourself of the past patterns, what needs to be cut out, how you find clarity, how you might be perceived too, and what might be overlooked in this perception of you. So embrace this gift regardless of the outside external forces. So my lovelies, so for your closing messages, we are going to get some chants. Okay. Oh, and you told me to take this one. Interesting. It was like, excuse me, it was like right on my thumb. So you have an orange heart. That sacral, or that sacral chakra, which is making me feel this orange love over here. We got sexy time, my friend. I'm telling you, somebody's coming in with that lover. And then we have perfect sexy. Perfect lover is what I heard. I heard perfect lover. Sexy, perfect lover. Number 8, the thing you got ruined in between, but it is a number 8. I'm feeling more of the infinity energy and abundance coming in. Where are we going to put that? Right here. Candlelight. Excuse me. The candle and the candlelight. Again, this stillness, the lighthouse, this coming in. We have this beautiful crown. Yes, bossing up, my friend. That is what you're doing. Self-love, unconditional love. Beautiful. And then we have a beautiful little mint green reindeer. I'm taking these reindeers as in thinking about your spirit animals. So for you right now, I'd say it's like the white bird, the white dove. You know, that's your animal of focus. Swan, dove, whatever, white birds in general. That's what I'm feeling for you. That's just a reminder for me, spiritually speaking, that it's an animal that's with you. Then we have the amethyst crystal. Yes. Intuitive, psychic abilities, that sensitivity, that praying mantis energy. The meal. I'm getting it something around here. It's like the self-employed confidence, like you are like this meaty snack, not to put you in just like words of food, but like that's what it's like. It's like you're so bountiful is what I'm getting, you know? Your meal. And now we have the solar plexus. Beautiful. I love that. Shining your truth with that confidence. Exactly what we were talking about. And then we have light up. Holy moly. Exactly. That lighthouse, that stillness, what's being lit up for you. Then we have believe. I'm going to use the words that I see. So we have believe. I'm putting that on single. We have gentle. I'm putting that on clarity. And we have LOL, laughing out loud. Exactly. Joyous, joyous time for you, my love. Life is meant to be a vibrant, deeply felt, growing mosaic of long, meaningful moments. Yes. And then the letters you have are U. You have J-U-N, or it's a Z. J-U-Z, not an N. I'm hearing a lot of Spanish names right now. Juan, Quez, or Reyes, excuse me. Julio, Germán, Jesus. Like, I'm hearing a lot of Spanish names right now. But it can literally be like the English versions of like Xavier, Julius, etc. It doesn't have to be any of those for that matter. It can be months also. June is also coming out to me, obviously. I'm feeling a sense of like fast and speed. I'm getting like juice, like it's getting like really ripe and juicy and salivating is what I'm getting. Anything else I can feel for you? I just heard zoom zoom. Wasn't that a commercial? Zoom zoom zoom. I can't remember, but it's a commercial. Zoom zoom. Whatever that commercial was. I just heard that. Okay, my beautiful 𝗶𝗹, that is a beautiful first gift of 2023 for you, and that is a sexy, perfect lover. Sexy lover. Yeah. It's what we are. It's wrong song. It's Secret Lover, but I'm hearing Sexy Lover. Anyways, I'm sending you so much love. This is a beautiful energy, and it definitely lightened up my afternoon. I'm sending you, again, so much love. Until next time. Ciao. Welcome my pal 2 who chose the moon, star, and water. Let's spread out your cards. All right, my beauties of pile 2, let's see what your first gift of 2023 will be. Ooh, the box. I first heard breaking free. That was the first phrase that they told me. Breaking out of the box. Finally being able to shine your light that once was dimmed. Layers being revealed within your character and personality. It's like removing or releasing yourself from a particular cage you've been in, or whatever type of cage, mental, emotional, physical, financial, whatever the case. It's like you want to break out of what is known, what is normal to you, what you've been doing. You want newness. Get out of the confining thoughts. That's what you want, you know, and that's what's being gifted to you is what I feel. And it's an ask, I should say, of you to continuously keep breaking through your own personal boundaries, your own personal boxes, your own personal confinements, you know, constraints, your own personal structures and order, and some of your logic. Break out of your own logic. The ability to break free from this box. Then we have Lyrans, excuse me. Strength, courage, and bravery. Yes, that's what's being gifted to you, so that you can break out of this box. That you can re-alchemize with yourself and remember your strengths and your abilities. You have a strong mental capacity. And again, it feels like it might have also confined you in some way. Like almost so rigid to your beliefs that you have put yourself in a box by your own thoughts. That it hasn't been opened enough. That you kept building on things and that's what they're showing me. Like, I know this is an optical illusion when it comes to the drawing, but depending on how you see it, some people see it flat, some people see it going in, and some people see it as a pyramid. I can see all three, is what I mean, and sometimes it changes. And right now, it feels like, how do I word this to you guys? They're showing it to me like from the outside in. It's like build, 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 and that's how it's getting smaller, smaller, and that's all these past thoughts, confining thoughts, whatever's kept you in this box, that you didn't let go of releasing of any of the other past thoughts. You just kept building on, which is how they're showing it to be confined you. There needs to be a release, and that's why there's always going to be an opening. Do you want to stay cocooned in the past belief? Or do you want to sprout right out through this? And that's what they're giving you, the opportunity to sprout. The remembrance of your skills, your strength, and your bravery. Yeah, giving yourself the respect back that you deserve. Honesty with self. It's giving you sort of that fiery nature that you need, a little bit of that talk back, a little bit of that boldness, assertiveness. But you are still warm and affectionate, but I feel like you need a little bit of that oomph is the word. Yeah, oomph to get it pushing, to get it moving, for you to believe it too. And speaking of the Lyrans, in the analogy that they give in the book, that they have one of the most extensive galactic history or knowledge of that history, and that's exactly fitting with this box, where I kept that feeling of it being over layer, but of you not releasing some of the old, outdated beliefs, that they're still kind of just stuck to you, metaphorically speaking. So honor yourself and honoring that ancestors. I feel like that might have been a contention for you, like spiritually speaking. Maybe like I'm supposed to hold on to it like a record keeper. And instead of, again, editing, there's certain things that are null and void or are better explained in a different version, you know, or in a different way that could alleviate some of the other sayings. I don't know how else to describe this to you. It's almost like somebody saying, the sky is blue. This is going to be a bad example. And you being like, yes, I know this, but now you might be wording it as, and the sky has this beautiful iridescence of white and melts in your palm with the clouds. Like, who knows? You know what I'm getting at? Like, there's some other way that you can remove one of the versions of. I'll leave it at that. And then martyr. it says, learning to transcend nature of service to oneself or a cause. And I feel for you, the emphasis is on oneself. The cause, you're already in it. I feel like, again, part of this galactic history knowledge, this stuff, this is why you're being gifted with this, to come out of this box, this confinement or constraints that you've put yourself in based on your own mental abilities and agility. So it's embracing that light attributes of transcending nature of service to oneself. This is a gift. Amazing. Let's see what you see clearly about this gift. The truth. Boom. That's what you'll see clearly, is the truth. The truth. And again, like, giving me that emphasis on that last orb at the top here, making me feel like that circular moment in the box. The truth of you, again, that realignment of self, of recognizing where you had been layering instead of releasing and just pulling out the truths, the most simplest truths. Oh, that's awesome. Then you have Saturn, the truth of the lessons, the truth of the knowledge, the truth of wisdom gained. Saturn's is hard lessons learned, right? So what you see clearly is the truth of the lesson, the truth of what you had been through, why, the whys of why it happened to you in the way it did, and the role you chose to play within that dynamic. And then Earth, and then you get to ground it into nature, into Earth, into yourself. You know, rooting that in and speaking about these like chakra energies here, the alignment of the chakras, the truth which is within, that is now rooted and grounded in the past knowledge, in the past wisdom, in the past lessons and experiences. You see it clearly now, or you will be. I love that. Get it. What you might forget easily about yourself, of course. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I just heard that you're the one in control of your destiny. Don't go into the shadow attributes of the martyr, addiction to self-pity. You know, that fear of what might have kept you stuck in that box in the beginning. That's what you might forget, that how quickly the Wheel of Destiny turns, or the Wheel of Fortune turns, in a matter of how much effort you put into or how much you release and surrender. It depends on what side of the wheel you're on, right? Do you take that wheel and go and use the momentum, or are you struggling to get it moving, you know? Sometimes you need to release, and sometimes you need to work. And right now, I feel like the only work that needs to be done is on the focus back to self. Everything else needs to be released. And then the body, yeah, talk about that. It says, show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. So, if this is a part of the confining thoughts, maybe it's specifically about body image, body dysmorphia, you know? So if that's the case, they're giving you an opportunity to step out of that perspective, to find the strength and the courage, to not get stuck into the addiction of self-pity, but to learn and transcend the nature of oneself, right? And understand that I am in control of how I choose to move, eat, live, sleep, breathe, think. Let me trust me. And allow myself to go with the flows of my own circadian nature, circadian rhythm. They're bringing me here to the moon and the water, the ebbs and tides, the emotions of the body. Listen more. They just said, listen more to the body. You might easily forget to listen. That's what they're saying right now. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what the opinions of others are. Just so you know, my pal, too, when I did this for myself, this came out energetically as in what I, or how I perceive others might perceive me. Like how I might think, or what I think about others' opinions. That's how it came out. And I'll let you decide, so just keep that in mind. 9 of Swords, the opinions of others. Interesting. So for you, my pal too, I actually feel that this is an insecurity of yours to some degree, because it's making me feel like some of the opinions of others around you is in this martyrdom. They view you as a martyr. Like, because of this Eight of Swords, it's like you can easily walk out of this, but you're choosing to allow yourself to be conflicted by the mind. And I don't necessarily think this is an insensitive thing. It's just sort of like you might like to dwell in the what ifs, and hence finding that strength, courage, and bravery to step out of that mental game. You know, science and technology, yeah, of that mental game of how you've structured your thoughts or your life or your belief systems, the science behind all of it, you know, this information and knowledge. Like, some of it really does feel like that. It's almost like your smarts are the thing that has sort of kept you in the box. Your over analytical mind, possibly. And people, the opinions of you, they see you, they think you're extremely intelligent, smart, understanding, can bring logic, but sometimes it's too logical, and I brought that up in the box. Let go of the logic. Interesting. Let's see what others see clearly about you. Three of Cups, you're a good time. That's awesome. You're a good time. You're a beautiful friend. You like to bring things together. You like harmony. You like people to be on the same page. And you bring people together. They see that clearly about you, and you're very loving. So there's no need, I feel like that's why there's no need for you to, in their perspective, for you to look at yourself this way. They love you. Like, I really do feel like that. People around you love you, but you do tend to put yourself in that part of the shadow side of the martyr. Often. And that's probably what brings you down every once in a while, or keeps you stuck in that box. And then skillful, yeah. They clearly see that you are skillful. Like I said, science and tech, like, they know this. And they clearly see it. Everybody around you. But I think that their opinions might outweigh or weigh on you in some way, or you might be thinking that you're not enough, and they're like, you're so much more than enough. And it's just, again, the way of your thinking has sort of kept you in this weird kind of seesaw with yourself. Let's see what others easily overlook about you then. The Chariot. Nice. You know what's interesting, pile 2? I interestingly feel that what people might overlook about you is your actual strength of being able to walk away from scenarios or to walk in a direction that better suits you. And I feel that this overthinking energy about how they perceive you, it's like you have to collect the right amount of data and balance out, weigh out all the pros and cons. I get this as an overthinker. I totally do. Spirit is still saying that there's too much here. Don't get me wrong. They're still saying it's too much, but I understand this. I understand why they overlook this and only see it this way. You know, like, I totally get that. It's like I have to make sure that I'm making the most calculated, proper decision for me to step out of the box. But this is what they're talking about. They are giving you this beautiful gift for you to step out of that way of thinking, that way of being. But they have underestimated you. I can't lie. I definitely do feel people have underestimated you, maybe because of the fact that they feel you in this martyrdom energy. When in reality, it's not really a martyrdom. It's sort of just like an overly analytical, long, drawn-out process, you know, for you, as opposed to it being like quick and concise. Even if the data matches up, you're like, this is only one test, you know? Like, I need at least 10 more. That kind of energy, or 8 more. Okay, that makes sense, my love. So what they overlook is your ability to harness and control the appetite and the will. You know, it's just you're much more patient about it. You don't have to go so fast with things. You know, you don't have to move quickly. And traditionally in the traditionally in the chariot's not really moving. Like, there's sphinxes attached to the floor, right? They're not horses running. Same with this energy. You know, it's like I have balanced the appetite and the will, the mind and the body, the spirit and the earthly physical body. or however you want to look at it, you know? I'm the one who's in control. I am reigning over this. Don't get it twisted just because I take my time and I'm still. The truth. Then, woo, talk about rules and all of these things and these history and science, the 9 declarations. Damn. 1, meet life with full presence and power. This is what people forget about you. This is, like, again, how you live. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is like almost like your creed, your manifesto, you know? Speaking of, motivation manifesto. 2, reclaim your agenda. 3, defeat your demons. 4, advance with abandon. 5, practice joy and gratitude. 6, do not break integrity. 7, amplify love. 8, inspire greatness. 9, slow time. Could that have been any more perfect? Like, I haven't even, because when I buy new decks, especially like these, I don't go through them all because I like to be surprised. This is the first time this has come out. And it is so freaking perfect. This is literally it. What others easily overlook about you. You live by this. This is your creed, you know? And this is what it takes. Funny that it's 9 here, right? And you have like the 8 of Swords. You're like, I have to go through all of these first before I can get to the let me slow time. So that I know I'm making the actual right decision and I'm coming from truth, taking in these lessons, grounding and rooting it, taking my bravery and courage to step out of this box, knowing that I'm in control of my destiny, transcending the nature of service to myself. Therefore, and how it translates to you, slowing time. Ooh, woo, we'll love that. Pile 2. Get it. Okay. Let's see what the essence of this gift is. Why it's here. Why it's being given now. 7 of Wands. I heard because you fought for it. That was the first thing I heard before I even got into focus for you guys. Because I fought for it. I heard it like that. It was like a matter of fact. There's a beautiful progression here is what they're showing me. 7, 8, 9. Those are the cards that they showed me. It's like I fought for this. Even though you might have think I was overly analytical or overly thinking about shit. This 8 of Swords, she doesn't look desperate. And I feel that a lot of 8 of Swords energies of the person is desperate or a little bit angsty. This just feels like if somebody, okay, how would I put it? Like martial arts, that's what I'm feeling. If you do martial arts and they've ever seen any movie that gives like a blindfold and for you to trust in your other senses, to be quiet and feel the wind, it's that kind of energy of you moving through blades with blindfolds and getting like, if you can see this here, this particular sword, you're only showing this to me right now, looks like it could cut that rope. And that's what you're looking at, sliding through. How do I cut this rope? I'm sneaking out where all the swords still stay where they are, but I've figured out and maneuvered my way around them. This is a very interesting energy. I love it though. And that's what I'm feeling is what is essential in this gift is that you fought for it. You went through all of this. You recognize the truth within you. Remembering this about yourself, realizing whatever or recognizing what people's opinions might be about you. Who cares? Or you care? I don't know. Either way, it's always nice to see that perspective regardless. And what others overlook about you is boom diggity. So what they're not really seeing, and that's what this fight is. It's like, this is how I live. And because I live like this finally, or I have been finding my truth, I'm being gifted with this opportunity to truly step into me and the divine feminine. Boom shakalaks. Look at her. Ooh. The letter J might be significant. Just side note. Okay, I'm reading from the book for this, my beauties. Oh, I love it. Number 32. Divine Feminine. She appears near the time of the summer solstice, and her counterpart is Hernie, who symbolizes the divine masculine. She is here to connect you to your divine female energy. She told me, you possess everything you need for your existence on Earth. All you need to do is accept and understand it. That's it. That's what you're doing. When we begin to realize that we no longer have to look outside ourselves for answers and approval or feel the need for possessions, we can begin honoring ourselves as spiritual human beings. This is this area right here. all of this. We are exactly who we need to be and where we need to be at any moment. Divine Feminine brings a sense of acceptance when we find ourselves at crossroads, and assures us we have infinite resources to see us through. Often she appears around the solstice or equinoxes, pretty fitting, or at a time when we are coming to a completion of a cycle. She guides us to keep our faith and stay true to ourselves, following our inner guidance during transitional times. Although the Divine Feminine is the smallest of all the dragons, she carries an immense power, and this is her message to you. It matters not how small you may feel on the inside. In truth, you are more powerful than you could ever begin to imagine. This power is deep within you, and you know intuitively what is required of you. It is time to stop playing small and claim your place within the circle of light so that you shine. Truth, out of this box so that you shine. Others are drawn to you like the sunrise on summer solstice morning, so own it. It is yours. Own it without fear or ego, but with the acceptance and grace. She allows us for the first time to acknowledge and touch a feeling of personal power, for she encourages deep trust in the divine, which settles itself comfortably in your being. Boom. So good. I love that, my pile twos. So to close off your messages, we're going to get some charms for you, my darling. All right. So first we have is the number 4. Stability and grounding is what they're just talking about, and I think this is within yourself. And 1, 41 and 14, or 14 might be significant. Yeah. And then we have, and then we have harvest, which is again what's coming in for you because you worked at it. Clear quartz, clarity in the truth, understanding. Lava. This is a lava earring. Excuse me. Ooh. Lava earring, which makes me think about Earth. In all honesty, you know, this molten lava spreading across, hot, fiery, replenishing the earth in some way. Sour. I honestly am feeling like it comes around here, like this sour energy. It's like some of it's sour from other people because they just may not understand you, or you might be sour from some of the energies, but there's something around this martyrdom energy that might feel sour. And then it says, you are optimistic and outgoing. Number 9, 12, 21, 25, 32, and 43. That's interesting because you have 44 right here. 43, 12, and 21, mirroring numbers. Then you have the Thunderbird. Yes, with that sacral chakra. Again, this is like an emergence of you is what I'm also feeling here. 1 letter S and beauty. So again, this divine feminine beauty, S can be very significant. This is the only one that I'm not entirely sure how they want to fit this in here, but it really does feel like this. There's something sour about this, the way that people perceive you in some way, and that they perceive this addictiveness to self-pity or martyrdom when it's not really the case. There's something sour about that. That's what I feel S can be extra significant. But my beautiful collective of pile 2, I hope that was helpful in what beautiful gift is being offered to you first of 2023. It might even be on the 14th, who knows? But you have a lot of numbers here that showed up for you. It was 4, 1, I said 17 at the beginning, 12 and 21 mirroring numbers, and 7, 8, 9, that progression, you know? All right, my beauties, I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, ciao. Welcome my pal 3 who chose the leaf. Let's spread out your cards. All right, my beautiful pal 3s, let's see what your first gift of 2023 is. Ooh, the comic. Lovely. So, the Joker, the Genius, the Mood Shifter, it's like the Sage and the Magician within one, being able to see objectively looking at the humor in a situation, being able to step out of the darkness and into the light to transmute that energy. I'm getting a very like breaking the rules type of openness, a sense of welcoming in joy, laughter, humor. It's sort of like what's needed right now, you know, within the healers, within the shamans. It's like you're being gifted this sense of laughter is really what I'm getting, and joy. And I'm really feeling like it's a part of your character now. Like there's something within you that is birthing this divine comic within. Wow. Hold on. The comic energy talks about seeing and accepting the messiness of life and using it as material to be mixed and shaped into something that soothes, something that heals the stressed and the serious minded. You know, you bring light, you lighten up a situation. I think that is what your spirit and your energy is doing, or is being gifted with, I should say. Let's see what else. Water element, number 40. Reflection, kindness, and compassion. Absolutely. It's like there's a beautiful depth to this comedic way of being for you. Like the things that many people probably find very serious, you're like, this is a beautiful thing, or this is so lovely, or this is hilarious. Like you have like a different or an opposite reaction than most people do, is what I'm getting. They keep bringing me back to this leaf about you floating in the wind and you being like this leaf that touches on so many different lands, people, etc. And this water element, this reflection of the person, the thing, with emotional empathy, with kindness and compassion, but you are bringing this sense of lighten up. It's not that serious, you know? And then the detective, yeah, you just know how to find it, you know? How to use your great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. And that's what this cosmic energy is, that water, that emotional truth. It feels that's what you're being gifted with, this ability to see things from a lighter perspective, going with the flow a little bit more, again, flowing with the messiness, using it as your own material now. I love that for you. All right, let's see over here what you see clearly about this gift. Creativity. Again, they're talking about this birthing, this newness within you, right? This burst of this comic, divine comic within you is going to, or has already, I should say, incubated this sense of creativity, or a newfound sense of creativity that is literally being spread out of you. It will feel like you will be swimming in the womb of creation within your own creation. And you're going to have a multitude of like sparks of ideas, of inspiration, of people to talk to, places to go, knowledge to gain, knowledge to give, healing to receive and give, and understanding that all is one. I love that. Fissures, yeah. Again, like being able to see the cracks, you know? It's like the lightness in. It's like how you bring in that light. And those cracks in the foundations of people. You bring that in. The fissures and the creativity card look very similar. I know you can't really see this super clearly, but the fissures on this card here, which is like the little cracks here, and then how these cracks, well, not really, but the expansion of this nurturance is exploding out. You know, it's the same thing. It's that same energy of that creativity. It's the fissures. It's how you lighten up situations, how you bring light into difficult or faulty foundations. You could seek out the truth, and you use your observation skills to do so with kindness, with compassion, with depth, with Neptune. You know, again, talking about bringing people out of the illusions, the cracks in the illusions and the foundations. You have a beautiful creative way of doing that. This is what you see clearly about how this cosmic gift is being used or can be utilized in your everyday life. and how you have been actually in this comic, the divine comic, but maybe didn't even realize that that was the energy you were embodying. And you might have been down on yourself for being like, why am I so like insensitive, or do I not read a room well? You know, like it might be those kind of energies that might pop up every once in a while, but Spirit's saying this is a new part of your character that's being honored. I love that. What you might forget easily is over here. Let's see. The Emperor. Your power. How strong and influential you are. How people listen to you, and I'm hearing hanging on to every word. So be mindful with how light, or again, I don't feel like you need to be extremely, but if you forget about this easily, about how influential you are, how much of an impact you can make, this is probably why this reflection, kindness, and compassion is here for you with the water element. It's to bring more of that water into the fire. And that fire is like the seeing the bigger picture, let's put it that way. And the water is like feeling the bigger picture. You know, like there's something about, yes, I can see it, and objectively I can dismiss or remove my emotions from this to give that kind of happy, jovial kind of response. But it's saying there's a sense of about how you deliver possibly some of the information that can tend to be perceived maybe a little pretentious. And I don't think that's always, and I don't think that's for everybody. I just think that occasionally it can pop up. Let's see what else. True love. Wow. Wow. Something that you might forget. And again, talk about this emotional energy, right? This reflection and kindness, and about that stoicness of the emperor, and that rigidness, but that rule, that surety within self. Again, there's a softness that needs to be brought in, I think, or reminded. It says, your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner. But this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet, dear Lord, and know true love. So maybe the using others is like needing to feel, or excuse me, like needing that laugh, metaphorically, if we're talking about the comic, you know? It's almost like sometimes maybe not taking enough things too seriously in certain situations, or not understanding the severity of how somebody might feel, and how you bring in the lightness is sort of where it needs a little bit more tact, not necessarily your approach or your perspective. It's just in how you bring it to the other people, person, situation, etc. That's what I'm getting from this energy that you might forget. You know, so remember this divine compassion, this kindness, this love of self and of the whole, and of the situation. Beautiful. This section here is the opinions of others. Just so you know, it, for me, when I was doing the reading, it came up as in how I might view the opinions of others, or it can just be how you, yeah, literally how I view the opinions of others, but this is the opinions of others. Keep that in mind. 5 of Cups. I do understand this twofold. There can be an energy of a detachment kind of feel for you, because everything is so bigger picture for you, and you can easily understand the reasonings, or again, you're the light in the darkness, right? You're the one that's bringing in all this stuff, so your process of understanding is a lot quicker than most, is what I'm feeling, and hence why they keep bringing this true love and this emotional energy. And I do feel like you might be like a heartbreaker, in all fairness, my lovely. And I don't think this is an intentional thing. It's just sort of like you're here to like a bee, you know, gathering the pollen, but you're like spreading love in little places everywhere, that's pollinating the world in a sense. And again, you can be, you know, if poly is a thing, like not is a thing, but if poly is your thing, it can be that energy too. But it really more feels like just like you're in love with who you're in love with for the moment. I know that sounds really shitty, but it's a vibe. Like you just go off of the flow. You go with what lights you up and where your energy is being pulled. And I think sometimes because people hang on to everything and your words and your energy, that when you just do decide to peace out and like follow the water, follow the flow, people are left like, what the fuck? Was that real? Was that not real? Maybe you need a better sense of closure, or need to give a better sense of closure to people. Again, because your perspective is so high that I feel they might be asking you energetically to come down into the emotion a little bit more and find a better way to bring in that comedy. Oh my God, I just said that, non-committal. Whoa. That's literally what I just said. That's exactly what I felt. Yeah, that's how people feel you, like that heartbreaker, non-committal, kind of flighty, and I feel like there's a reason behind that, but the perception of your why isn't correct from other people, but there is truth to this. Okay, let's see what others see clearly then. The Seven of Cups. Like the multitude of choices you have. Again, talk about like bird or bee, flighty, not flighty in a sense of ungrounded. That's not what I mean. Flighty in the sense of attention is very fleeting for many. Like it's very seldom that you would stay long, like for long periods of time in certain things. Like 1 to 3 months, max 3 years. You know what I mean? Like that's the energy depending on how you view time. But this here is, again, a sense of confusion. What people see clearly, I feel, is more about options. It's about the possibilities in you. But I do feel like there's like a sense of confusion people feel with you. Definitely. And then the introvert, yeah, maybe that's the confusion. This comic, exuberant, extroverted personality, then all of a sudden you kind of ghost. You just disappear. That introvert, and you just go back away or back in. There's something about like balancing out this energy a little bit more evenly, a little bit more fair, I should say, fairly, because it does feel like this comic is a beautiful energy you do need to embody to find the lightness in situations, but you can swing that pendulum a little too far. Maybe in certain situations, there might be a better need for you to work on closure with people, closure with things in general, and not just allow it for them to sort of like figure it out, Interesting. Let's see what others easily overlook. The Knight of Pentacles. You know what I heard? Like always ready to start again. That's, again, the same energy, right? Always ready to go on to a new venture, to invest in new land and new situations, people, properties. Like you're a go-getter for sure, but some of that go-getting feels like unsatisfied. That's what I feel. I don't feel that this is what others may overlook. I just feel like they know this about you, but they're wondering like when will you pick that spot of staying in some way? When do you reach the right part of the land? What is the right space for you? I think that's part of that confusion that they feel from you. And they might overlook some of this, like you are grounded, stable, and like not necessarily non-committal. It's just that you're looking for something very specific, or you're at a particular phase in your life where you don't want anything more than that. That might be what you need to communicate. That might be where this hot and cold energy comes from, All right, what else do they overlook? Okay, we are not slave to our history. We can be freed by our conscious thoughts and disciplined habits. Yeah, like just because you're like this now doesn't mean you're going to be like this forever is one thing I'm getting too. It's like maybe I'm choosing to be like this because of my past energies, and I need to sit in this for a little bit for me to be able to swing the pendulum back to that middle, to find that fairness or that ground, lack of confusion, or that less confusion in some way, or direction. It feels more like a direction than confusion. It could be both. So that's what I feel that they're talking to you about over here. It's like this beautiful energy of what people may overlook is your staying power, to be honest, about what you're actually looking for, that you're not going to be a slave to traditions and patterns. And if you think that this is if there's only one way to show love, You're mistaken. That's what I feel. But from the other people's perspective, to give them the benefit of the doubt, you also have to be more clear about your communication and what you're expecting or not expecting, or where the line ends, for you when it comes to dynamics or situations or people. Some food for thought. Okay, and beautiful. What is essential about this gift for you? Temperance in the reverse. Okay. What's essential? They just said, don't worry about rocking the status quo. About being the taboo. You don't need to be in like the balance and harmony of everybody else. You're trying to find your own flow. In all honesty, like, what is you? What is you? Oh, frick yeah. Destiny came out for you. Look at him. Ah, damn. I'm going to read from the book for you. Destiny is a mighty dragon of great authority. She has no time for fluffiness, ego, or human dramas. This is this emperor energy totally. And I think this is what they're talking about. So what's essential to this gift, I feel like it's about trying to find maybe the balance between this. That's my first instinct right now. She and her kind have been hidden in the depths of the earth for eons, waiting for us to be ready to take back our power and stand in individual and collective might. She wants to galvanize us into action so that we stand strong against adversity and, if necessary, fly in the face of authority to challenge systems that are no longer fit for purpose. We are not a slave to our history. You're breaking something, man, some ancestral patterning or chains or way of being in general. And like I said, you have to sit in this to swing the pendulum for you to know what that in-between is. That's what I truly do feel. Sorry about that, folks. My battery just died. So continuing, she says, if you want change, you need to be that change. Not wait for others to do it for you. You do not need their permission to live your life your way, nor can they absolve you from responsibility. It is your life, your journey, your path. You walk it your way. Light and fluffy will not create lasting changes on your planet. Have you ever tried moving a large, square, flat-bottomed stone uphill? It is impossible. As humans, you need to come together and work in union, not isolation. Take responsibility for who you are, hold the vision of what you wish to create, and work together with others. We are facing periods of change and at times adversity. We as people on Earth can only achieve a more secure future if we come together and work for the good of all. We can be the change. The time for division has passed. It is time for us to unite, collaborate, and work in unison. Yes, it is, my pile of 3. And that's about the destiny. And this is why you're in this divine cosmic energy. You are learning this of you. Again, blossoming or birthing this character within you. Just needing to learn how to curb this part of you. Reminding yourself that these are the things that some people overlook. So don't get, I guess, too hurt by any of these possible perspectives of you or perceptions of you. I don't think that you really are. I just feel like, just know that this might come up, people might feel you as a little non-committal, but know that you're on a particular path. And I think that's the reason why Temperance right now is kind of in the reverse. What's essential is you have to swing it this way for Temperance to come in the reverse, to come into the upright. Beautiful. All right, my collective of pile 3. So to close it off, we are going to do some charms for ya. Okay. All right, so we have the numbers 6 or 9. And I'm really feeling it's like around here, 6 and 9. Don't know why, but there's something about this energy that's making me feel that. Oh, 5, 6, 7, that might be the reason. Interesting. And then together, which we talked about, Destiny talked about, right? Coming together, unifying, working as a team. The lighthouse. Beautiful. Again, you're the one who's shedding light on these fissures. You bring in the light, as I said. And you have Suelo, which is beautiful success. Success in this path, on this cosmic endeavor of yours, this rainbow crystal. I was actually feeling this like open unity, and the LGBTQT, other letters, I apologize. Please fill me in, because I'm sure there's extra letters that I don't know anymore. For the I'll just call you my rainbow community, just so you guys know, okay? So this is that kind of energy for me, where all of the energies are encompassed in one in this rainbow quartz, and that's what I feel from this cosmic energy here, and what you're moving into, which is this chevron energy, moving forward, these fissures, you know, understanding the energy, breaking through and free out of the illusion with this clarity of the clear quartz. This came out for pile 2. You might have some connections, or might have some extra messages in pile 2. Not necessary, but it's possible. And then you have, ooh, the sigil. Again, conjuring, making magic, you know, bringing things into reality. I really do feel that. And then love, yeah. It's like baking love, you know? It's like love is baked in. This is what needs to get done. You need to bake this love into yourself, integrate this particular magical sigil of this elemental water into self. You know, you have the keys. And again, you're going to find companions on this particular journey. And I think one in particular is going to be really important. And I think this is where it comes down to here, where people might feel like you're more non-committal, when in reality you're looking for something very specific, and nobody else has that particular key except that person. And right now you're playing, apologies for the phrase, playing the field for you to know what position suits you best. That's the best way I can sum up this metaphor they're giving me. And 2 letters came out for you, the letter P and the letter F. I'm getting a lot of biblical names: Peter, Paul, Frank, Mary, Francisco, or Francesca, or Francis, you know? I'm getting a lot of biblical Anglo names. Frank, Paul, Paulina. I'm getting Pasqua. I'm hearing Pasqua too. Could be Easter for some. I'm hearing fall, Fiora, like Italian. Like, yeah, very like Roman Catholic kind of names. Does not have to be, of course. This can be places. Like Pennsylvania and Florida. Don't know why those are the first 2 that came out. It can be like places of work, like, you know, Petrol and Fairfax. You know what I mean? Like, however you use this, it's up to you. All my beautiful collective of pile 3, I hope that was helpful in letting you know what first gift you're getting for 2023, and it's a beautiful gift. It doesn't feel like it's going to be like super smooth when it comes to the energies around you, but when it comes to you bossing up, my friend, and you're like leveling up in a really, really dynamic way. So find that harmony with that 6, you know, within whatever chaos. Again, within the messiness, it's perfect. Never mind. It's already been said, you know, find that chaos within and embrace it. Yeah, embrace that chaos magic. I am sending you so much love, my beautiful collective pile 3. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao.